Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. Look, technical difficulties. Okay, Victor, technical difficulties. It is. This was not on Mr. Z. This was, technical. It really was technical difficulty. I don't know what my phone had going on. Um, click the StreamYard. It was offline. I restart my phone so it won't be buggy or laggy. And yeah, for some reason it decided earlier to like not do what it needed to do, and you know, plus Mr. Z be going through it too. Personal stuff and whatnot. Okay, um, let's do this. Okay, so for those of you who checked out the link in the description with Sagar and Jetty, right? Speaking, we were also kind of still responding to Christine Imba again, and responding to BGS and Dr. Green Gorilla and their video, right? So my phone is being laggy right now. Still, of course it is. Of course, it's old. It's old. It's Mr. Z. It's about time to upgrade that part. Fix it. Z got that DeSantis Wi-Fi. Yes, I do. And he's all about disinformation and misinformation and no information maybe, and book burning. I don't know what year are we living in, like the I don't know, the 17th or 18th century where we burning books. I don't know, but yeah, apparently that's what we doing in Florida, kind of, sort of. um for real. And rewriting history, we might as well be book burning, right? So there's that. Okay, so um like I said, we will be covering Sagar and Jetty speaking about essentially like the men crisis, the boy crisis. We're going to be tying that to Christine Emba. And so, like I said, Sagar has been kind of dropping these kind of red pill crumbs, like crumbs of the red pill, for some years now. This is not new. Like, this is years old. Sagar has to be having doing this since he was on the Hill with by the way, the channel, they also have a newspaper, the Hill, right? Since he was on the Hill with Crystal Ball, he kind of dropping these crumbs of red pill. Okay, so for my fellow lefties, we already called. Shout out to me and Leon and our former lefty brother that said screw y'all, AB Media, right? So yeah, the left has a man problem. We already have said this. The Democrats have a man problem. Duh. And that's if you really want to call the Democrats the left. In America, they're the left. They might be like a center right-ish party in a European country. So that lets y'all know how far right we are as a country. The Democrats would probably be a center right party, right, or a left-leaning right party in a European country, right, and the Republicans would be off the table, neo-Nazi to the right. They would have fell off the table. They don't even register. They're so far right. Um, but okay, so with that said, Sagar pretty much paints out somewhat of a dire picture that it's not just political affiliation, it's everything, right? It is everything, especially when you count college degrees and what people that graduate college are more likely to vote for, or what they're more likely to be entertained by, what their thing is, right? What their tastes are. And when you find more and more women graduating college and less men graduating college, well, you find yourself kind of in the position we're in now, right? So Sagar was speaking to this, and yeah, we're here now, right? Right. So we've spoken about this before. Shout out to Christine Imba, Dr. Scott Galloway, and Dr. Richard Reeves. Formal education has become pretty much a female institution, dictated by the sensibilities of upper middle class and bourgeois white women. So how is that supposed to benefit any of your boys and your young men, particularly your black boys and young men in America? Right? Your women can do, it's an easy job for your Kim Fosters to imitate their best rendition of white women, right? And for your Chrissies to lament their skin tone and their broader nose because of white women. Why y'all there, but y'all ain't trying to screw up that beauty standard though, right? And your Cynthia G's to advocate for aborting black male children, which is right out early feminist playbook. That's right out of some white racist feminists from the early 20th century playbook, late 19th century playbook. Cynthia G ain't saying nothing new. She's saying exactly what these women have been saying, white women have been saying for decades, for over a century, for centuries. And Cynthia G, being a black woman, is now saying it. So she's not saying anything new. So like I said, the sensibilities of white women. Right? Real talk with Yanni. Paris Milan. If it ain't the luxury life, it ain't no life. If I can't be a kept woman of leisure, then what's the incentive? White women talk. And what did we see? Rest in peace. I'll bring up Kevin Samuels all the time to paint a picture, people, right? What did we see night after 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 night? No matter, the black woman and what part of the country she was from, whether she was formally educated or not, whether she was light skinned or dark skinned, whether she was even from the islands, the Caribbean, the continent, it didn't matter. It didn't matter whether she was ADOS or FBA. You let her talk, and she sounds like a aspiring upper middle class or bourgeois white woman, because that is the sensibility that we've been dictating to Americans, particularly women of color. This is neocolonialism, painted white women, everyone. This is what we've been dictating in this country for, well, decades. Like I said before, the softer hand of colonialism, the white woman's hand. The velvet glove over the iron fist of white women. Right? No surprise here. Right? So the Dems gave up on men. The Democrats gave up on men. And it's not like the Republicans really have an answer for working class men, because they don't. They're just good enough to give out little breadcrumbs of things that will never be. We back in this 21st century, shut the hell up forever, right? But at least they're affording some type of fake ass answer. The Democrats don't have an answer. What did Richard Reeves tell you? What did Scott Galloway tell you? What did Christine Emba tell you? That on the left, speaking about masculinity straight men performing masculine roles, and when they ask, what does non-toxic masculinity look like? There is no answer. Exactly. So the right has no answer, but they're really good at pretending like they do. And the right is not even good at pretending like they do. What? Excuse me. The right has no answer, and they're not even good at pretending like they do. And the left doesn't have an answer, period. And they're not even good at pretending like they do. That part. Hey, welcome to the 21st century. Right? Right? So that's where we are now. A left and right paradigm that doesn't work for the working class. The right tells you to alpha your way through it. Good luck on that. You've been trying that for decades, not working. It's not gonna work. Why they still chip off money for uber wealthy people and give uber wealthy dudes tax breaks, right? So that's what the right has going on. And the left, well, the left are working for the other type of elite. The left works for the kind of nouveau riche tech elite, right? The petite bourgeois. The left was supposed to be against the petite bourgeois. Not anymore, right? And the right works for old money, right? Old hard money, oil money, right? That's what the right is there for. Natural gas and oil money, right? And fracking money and that type of money, right? Old established money. The good old boy money. And all you working class men, well, kill yourself. What are you doing? What you thought, right? So we are. And I, someone said, tell Mr. Z, what are working class men, working class black men supposed to do with your delusional ass daughters who are really good employees and really good students, but horrible wives and girlfriends, and they're delusional as hell. And what we told her is, you're a really good student and you're a really good employee, so you're going to be a really good wife. But she's going to be a horrible wife. She might be an okay mother, at best okay, right? Did jump on a little bit later, and their response to Miss Christine Imba, um, I have to do my own separate video again on Miss Christine Imba herself, because Dr. Ron O'Neill spoke about going through her book, the book that she put out before this article. Um, uh, and as I've said before, look, we got solutions for y'all, ladies. Go fight for the top 20%. Go advocate for polygamy to be legal, because y'all all fighting for the top 20% rich white dude or upper middle class white dude at the least, right? Go lobby the US government to make polygamy legal, or go eat some vagina. Go eat the box. This is the environment you wanted. Okay, so fine, you reached the market cap of upper middle class and rich white guys for the most part. Let's sprinkle in some South Asian, some East Asian, and maybe a handful of black guys. Oh, and a crap ton of Jewish guys. So you reach the market cap of those men that you could practice assortative mating, freaking hypergamy. Let's call a thing. You reach the market cap. Now what? Right? You reach the market cap, and hopefully you guys can still hear me. I'm hopefully I'm not borging right now, because I know I'm in an area I tend to borg and I'm stuck at the light, unfortunately. To Leon, and Leon says, no, the Jewish guys are trying to be brown again. Keep it 100. You're right. Oh, well, was it the Egyptian, one of the former Egyptian leaders that said, I came back white? Let's that'll delete it, okay? Let's not even. Not even. Right? So, and the ladies, Mr. Z does live by a Creole to be to be, and did you read the fine print? Did you read the fine print and not get and what We're back. We're back. That was definitely Everglades Wireless. I knew I was in the dead zone, and I got stuck behind a red light, and yeah, and I was like, come on, come on, come on, come on, green light, green light. So you know when you on the same road every day, so you know the traffic patterns. Well, you have a good idea of the traffic patterns, and you definitely know where the dead zones are, right? So yeah, I definitely knew I was in a dead zone, and I couldn't get out of it. Not for a good minute and a half. So I don't know where we ended off. So we will pick up right here, where essentially Mr. Z was telling the women, then figure it out, right? Ladies, this is what you wanted. Clearly, you did not read the fine print. You kind of still want this, but you kind of don't. Once again, patriarchy by feminist specifications. Y'all tell me how that's gonna work. It's not working. You've been trying, right? And men are supposed to do what with this? Working class men are supposed to do what with this? No, the women want top 20% men or nothing. Then you get top 20% men or nothing. You know what's really chopping their rear end is that working class men and the guys that they used to use as fallback plans after they got played by all the sports stars, all the aspiring drug dealers, all the scammers, all the legal scammers, all the got pie in the sky dream guys, right? All that I'm living off of my uncle or my dad or my mom or my grandma or my granddad's money. All the slick talking white, black, Latino, Asian guys. They used to use working class men as the fallback plan. But they've been so loud over social media over the past couple decades about their disdain for these working class men and what they're not going to settle for that they no longer even have the working class men to use as fallback plans. They thought they were going to starve out working class men with taking the vagina off the table for long enough. And working class men said, bet, there's porn. Now what? Uh-oh. There's video games. There's friends on the internet. There's my real friends who are living similar life to me. Now what? You call working class men's bluff and you get what you get. Not to mention the working environment is not exactly conducive to building a family anyway. So, well, right? If this is the current environment, so be it. Right. So, Miss Christine Imba, this is what it is. This is what the women said they wanted. They got it. They just didn't read the fine print. And the fine print said, you will climb up the ladder, you will be a great student, you will be a great employee, and you will be fighting with all the women in the world for the top 20% man, pretty much the top 20% white man. Have fun. And he's gonna play all of y'all and until he decides to settle down with what is, nine times out of ten, some pencil thin, no shape having, no rhythm having white woman. But he tasted the rainbow while he was a bachelor. That part, right? And let it be known, it's not assortative mating, it's hypergamy in another name, right? And y'all, Mr. Y'all, Mr. Z's gonna pause right here. Y'all, talk amongst yourselves and give me 1 second. All right. So in the meantime, in between time, so this is not something to continuously make fun of women for, kind of funny. Um, but it is, first, a warning: be careful what you ask for. Secondly, another warning: read the fine print. Third, you didn't do the social math. Like, to uh, understand, we're talking about millions of college educated women over the past couple decades. Millions that did not read the fine print. And they didn't do the social math. I can understand you didn't do the social math at 18. Cool, you were too young. You didn't do it at 24. You didn't do it at 28. You didn't do it at 30. You didn't do it at 35. It takes a black child to immigrant woman to really start being like, wait a minute, right? And once again, I'll pause right here. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. Hysterical, Trill. Who told you I was at Popeyes though? But yeah, exactly. They did not do the social math, quick math, right? They didn't, and well, and not only that. Let's be very clear: the Kim Fosters of the world, the Yannies of the world, were spiteful about it. Ha ha! Look at where we at, and you not there. Ha ha ha! Why would I get married to you? What did Yanni say? What's the incentive? I want to be a kept woman. I want to be a woman of leisure. I want to be of leisure. What's the incentive? Well, maybe you're not screaming. You are at night by yourself, but your homegirls are. Your fellow XX chromosome are. All that female bravado and pride and ego and all right, sound nice. Kim Foster over here telling my class, not of my class. Class. The black community don't respect class, and you're not of my class. Sound nice. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. A black woman of Kim Foster's class. How many black women of Kim Foster's class do we see eating vagina? God damn, Mr. Z, you think that's love, Kim Foster? Because if I look back through her dating history, I'm gonna find a whole lot of dudes. I'm gonna find one or two or three white guys, and it's just love that after the age of 35, after the age of 38, after the age of 32, that she dates women now. Yeah, that's it. Maybe too many men were of her class, Kim Foster. Oops. Absolutely hysterical. Vic said I shouldn't be streaming from my sidekick. Hysterical. Gen Z don't even know what sidekicks are. Well, many of them, maybe not all. I ain't gonna be one of those generational a-holes to y'all Gen Z. I'm not gonna do it. Right? But that was funny. That was funny, Vic. Oh man. But yeah, so as I was saying, we have women that just fundamentally think that they're better than their male counterparts. They don't actually want to. At one point, they were willing to gamble, or how they saw it, gamble with a working class man, decide that she's still better than him, and divorce him in 5 to 10 years. These newfangles ain't even doing that, and then complaining and lamenting that there's not enough men on their level, and the men that are on their level treat marriage and relationships like meh, who needs it? And of course, meh, who needs it? I'm a top 20% guy, and I'm a chisel chin Tyrone over 6 feet, and I'm running through them. Why would I stop? No woman can ever answer that question. If you're a top 20% man, you're a chisel chin Brad, a chisel chin Tyrone over 6 feet, fit, under the age of 40, why would you stop? Dear ladies, why would he stop? When all of you want him and he know it and you know it. Right? And not only that, as I've said before, I said it, you know, rest in peace when Asia Maynard met her end, probably, allegedly, at the hands of the white guy. Which last time I checked, I still don't think they got to the bottom of that. I said that back then. Ladies, y'all are being too loud. Black women, you're being too loud. And I remember brothers saying, like, no, let them be. They're not listening. Their pride and their ego make them think they're going to be the one to win the lottery. Right? Y'all are being too loud. And it's messing you up, ladies. Oh, well. And it's a great thing for men. It's definitely a great thing for working class, you know, working class men, middle class men. It's definitely a good thing all around the country. White women, Latina women, black women, not so much Asian women, but Asian women's actions are showing. Right? That's all about upper middle class and rich white penis for the most part. Right? And that's why y'all are throwing a fit. Because no, you're and this is the thing, y'all are mad at the men. Nope. Y'all are mad at the young men under the age of 45. Nope, you need to be mad at your mom because your mom knew this was gonna happen and she didn't tell you. Goddamn. Your mother set you up to be educated so you wouldn't need men. Your mom was waging a jihad against your dad. And you just happen to be the casualty with your educated ass. Oops. Right? Your mom was waging a war against your father, against her ex-husband, her ex-boyfriend, her baby daddy, which is your father. And she didn't tell you, yeah, babe, I want you to go to school and get your education and don't be relying on no man. And really, I don't really want her to end up with a man if he's not a baller. And well, you didn't end up with a man because he's not a baller, and there you go. And that includes some of you women who mother is still married to your father, low key, taking shots at him throughout their marriage. And your love life or lack thereof is an example of that. Oops. Your delusions are an example of that. Right? Y'all give me Susie 1 second, making sure this parallel part goes smoothly and we do a one and done. Ooh, look at one and done. One and done. Haha. Yep. So this is what it is. So now we have Sagar, who keeps on bringing up over and over again, ringing the alarm. We have the professor that I covered last week, and then I covered her a few months ago when Dr. T. Hassan Johnson covered her. The women that are freezing their eggs not because they have any type of problem having children or bearing. It's that they feel like they're not meeting the men on their level, and it's mainly white women. Shout out to all you black women that, well, white women don't have to settle, and white women don't have to do this, and white women are freezing their eggs. That's what they're doing. White women are going to get sperm from the sperm bank. That's what they're doing. They're freezing their eggs and they're going to get sperm from the sperm bank because they're not meeting men on their quote unquote level. Right? Y'all just don't know what's going on in the world. Y'all are so hyper focused on black men ain't ish. Then y'all go out there and swirl and divest and get your head scalped by not even chisel chin brads. Embarrassing. Y'all get your head scalped by non chisel chin brads, by no chin having brads, by neck beard brads. Oh God. Ugh. Ugh. By Lamoid Ben Shapiro's minus the money and the status. That's embarrassing. And then y'all in same sex relationships. And then y'all are talking about freezing eggs. While still throwing black men under the bus. This is the environment, dear ladies. Like, even if we're not gonna do the whole ha, that's what you get thing, if we're just speaking above board, serious tone, you wanted negative liberty, you wanted freedom, you wanted an egalitarian system. You actually got a more feminized system that's dictated by the sensibilities of white women. It's not that white elite men still don't run this. They still run this. They just put their woman out there as a missionary to colonize society culturally. And she's done that over the past 4 and 5 decades. And so women are throwing a fit for what? You got what you wanted. Dear black women, you allowed and you betrayed and backstabbed black men and let white women run out the back door with what was rightfully black men ADOS FBA civil rights movement boggles and rewards. And well, you get what you get. She still ended up with the white man, even if she divorced him in 10 and 15 years. You end up with no man. Goddamn. No, let's be clear. She ended up with the white man. You ended up being the white man's side piece for a couple of years. God damn. You might have had a kid or two from white man, black man, Latino man, and that's it. Right? Trell, I bring it up all the time. And Trell Bentley says, "Can you imagine Ben Shapiro talking during sex, talking about he's about to climax?" I say it all the time, right? I say that all the time. I say it when I want to make somebody cringe or throw up. I bring it up all the time, right? And Big Kev says, and thank you for, well, I was about to say, thank you for the super chat. I don't even got no super chat. And Big Kev says, yep, these attacks on the space are mainly people influenced by the far left, tradcons, and neoliberals. They don't want to admit that they screwed over young men. They're never going to admit it. They're never going to admit it. They're never going to admit it. The most you'll get is, did feminism go too far? And every once in a while you'll hear someone say something like that, right? Every once in a while you'll hear someone say something like that. But if this is the environment, then fine. The oldest of millennials are what, 41 now? 41, 42 now? The oldest of Gen Z are what, 26, 27, something like that? And not only do y'all not have a handle on this, y'all don't even know where to start on the left. Because according to the left, and as Scott Galloway spoke to, there is no, even Christine Imba said it, there is no positive masculinity practiced by straight men on the left. What does positive masculinity look like other than subsidizing some a-hole woman, being a walking wall and an overglorified guard dog for some a-hole woman? What does positive masculinity look like other than being paymaster for your wife who's going to divorce you in 10 years anyway? Right? Dre said, "Where's the link?" No link. As a matter of fact, we might be able. Dre, I might cover this. Friday. Let's shoot for Friday. For a panel discussion, right? Um, yeah. Usually my panel discussions now, because of my current schedule, are Fridays and Saturdays, Friday and Saturday nights, right? So usually Eastern time, somewhere around 9:30 ish. I probably bring people up around 10:15, 10:30 ish, right, on Fridays and Saturdays. That's usually, when I do live streams now. Oh, excuse me, panel discussions now, right? So that's the current environment. I don't want to kind of badger. Well, every time it comes up, I was gonna say I don't want to badger this too much, but nope. Every time it comes up, and by the way, if I didn't say it before, shout out to AB Media. AB Media 83 was the person that shared this with me, and I told him I was gonna cover it. So yeah, but remember, it's not like the Republicans have the answer either. The Democrats just really don't have the answer. They can't even pretend to have the answer. The Republicans have left working class men a couple of centuries ago. It's not even decades, it's centuries, right? Or maybe Mr. Z is wording that. It's not the Republicans, the conservatives. The party switch is a real thing. I know y'all don't want to believe it. The party switch is a real thing. It's a real thing. I know. But the liberals, they can't even pretend. At least the conservatives could pretend to harken back to yesteryear when women were barefoot and pregnant and we ran things and man, white man, and I am man, hear me roar and beating on my chest and stuff. And we're gonna rejigger this to put women back in the kitchen and maybe they shouldn't vote. Yeah, whatever. Y'all, yeah, white women are gonna vote away their right to vote. Okay, yeah, that's it. Don't let just pearly things make y'all delusional now. We're not the women. We need to be honest, right? Dre said, I'm loving this. It's like we don't even have to say anything anymore. And I agree, right? Exactly. And Terrell says, Dre, literally, the jokes write themselves. Exactly, right? So there's that. You know, yeah. Dre, right before, where is it? Oh, and Mr. Shukti, you said, they should have never gave these 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 bees the internet. We'll say, and I just said it before you got in here, Mr. Shukti. I said it. Y'all are being too loud. Y'all are being way too loud, ladies. Way too loud. Y'all realize I brought it up before. Y'all realize y'all were dancing on Kobe Bryant's grave for the world to see? I was reading those comments, and I was reading those comments from white people that were like, "Oh my god!" And you know, they like a lot of them are pretending, but they never put nothing like that on social media before. A bunch of middle-aged white guys who were in love with Kobe, and they're reading some comment from some 20-something, 30-something-year-old white black woman dancing on Kobe Bryant's grave just because he didn't marry a black woman. Y'all were being way too loud. We're not even gonna talk about y'all dancing on Kevin Samuel's grave. Y'all wishing death on Jamie Foxx. Y'all are being way too loud. But hey, when you think you're the moral center of the universe, you don't think you do anything wrong. Everything you do is sanctioned, or at least whoever you're spiting deserves it, right? Cosmic justice, right? Wishing death on Jamie Foxx because he has one mixed kid. He has one kid from a white woman. What I think he has two daughters, and one of them is mixed. Right? So the interwebs, non-black people will read in those comments to the point where you have this trans woman pretty much trying to tell the rest of society don't regulate how black women respond to the Will slapping Chris Rock thing. Yeah, we're there now. Oh yeah, we're there. Where the rest of the world is looking at some of these responses from some black women on the internet, disgusted, and then black women don't look down on me. I can't remember. Was it a? I want to say, what was the name of that teeny bumper vampire flick? Twilight. Yes, I did watch Twilight with my younger sister. And there's a part where like, what are the name of the those like bourgeois elite vampires, right? And something happened, and like the vampires are eating people, and like they're eating people like in a like a very greedy way, in a very you know gluttonous way. And one of the like bourgeois vampires looks at the other ones like like y'all doing too much, right? And like whenever I see black women responding on the internet like dancing on a black man's grave, celebrating, I think of that. I think of white people like being like, okay, we hate these niggas too, but goddamn, right? Like we say it, but at least we kind of say it coded, right? Like our very extremist of extreme elements may not even say what y'all say on the interwebs, right? And Mr. Shook to you said trying to get my vajayjay stretch the internet, right? Y'all laughing at Kiki Palmer's excuse me, her baby daddy. Y'all laugh. It's just funny. All of it is funny. It's just funny. Exactly. Trill, right? And Trill says not to mention Michael B. Jordan, Devon Franklin, Corey Hardrick, all of it, right? All of that. And thank you for the super chat, Mr. Shook to you. Right? It's funny. It's funny until it's not funny. It's funny until it's not funny. Dancing on these black men's graves, it's funny until it's not funny. I said dancing on these black men's grave. I do not wish that on y'all, right? But dancing on these black men's hurt, right? Dancing on their embarrassment, dancing on finding it funny that they're going through it with black women, right? Finding it funny and entertaining and thinking it's ha ha, that's what you get, ha ha ha, just for being a black man, just for being born with XY chromosome, right? And this is a great comment, Big Kevin. Big Kev says they hate the space because we essentially tell young men not to be men for free or waste your time, your life trying to prove your manhood to unlikable and uncooperative women. How can you get any better than that? Right? And these are the people that black men and men in America are supposed to turn into wives. And it's really, they're really covering this. And I would argue Miss Christine Imba is really covering this. Y'all remember, like, so many people, women are saying stuff like this because they're reaching the market cap. They thought they could not care what men think and feel. And you're reaching the market cap of not thinking or not caring, excuse me, what men think and feel. You're reaching the market cap of not caring about what men think and feel. You thought you could rejigger this to tell men what they should think and feel. And it's not working. And it's never going to work. Y'all did not do the social math. You did not care what men cared about, and you didn't think you had to care what men cared about, or you thought you could dictate to men what they should care about. White women waging a war against white men for their cut of the pie, and now everybody's effed up. Black women mad that they can't do the same things white women can do. Latina women mad they can't do exactly the same thing that white women do. All of y'all aspiring to be upper middle class or bougie white women. Shout out to you, Kim Foster. Shout out to you, Yanni. Shout out to you, Chrissy. Shout out to you, Paris. Shout out to well, Paris is kind of living that life. She's just not the skin tone, right? Shout out to you, Cynthia G. Shout out to you, Kristen Carrison. Shout out to you, Lexus Exodus and Mahogany Pink, etc., etc. Shira Seven and all the rest of you. Trail Bentley said, "Care about what? Excuse me. Care about what men care about? Surely you just jokes, right? Just jokes. It's just jokes." All right, yo. That's my cue. And on that note, we'll pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Go check out other Black Manosphere content. Go check out other non-Manosphere content. And we will pause here. And y'all have a great rest of y'all day. That was my cue. All right, everybody. We'll see if we might be do a later stream today or maybe catch one in the morning. We'll see. All right, everyone. Y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Mr. Z out.